Sportsman. Heat races will be coming your way momentarily, followed by the Super DIRTcar Series heat races as Dave Farney down in the flag stand, getting ready to go this evening. As Tim Baltz, I saw him earlier. When we picked him up on the way up to Can-Am today, yes. He had a toothbrush ready to roll, had him on his shoes. He was excited, ready to go. You know, he keeps everything clean and pristine. It's the Dave Farney way.
Well, absolutely, and he showed up here on a regular night here to help us out, and I'll tell you, he was the exact same way he is now. Clean shoes, perfect hair, not a hair out of place. It was just awesome, and he did a perfect show for us, and he's going to do it again.
Well, as we get ready to go, first of 4 Sportsman heat races making their way onto the Speedway now. Tim Baltz will send it over to you.
Thanks a lot, Mike Warren. As heat race number 1, it gets ready to go here at Can-Am. And it will be Logan Brown going away from the pole in the number 9 alongside of Gavin Eisele in the 18. Row number 2 is going to find Jessica Power in the 52 and the 03 of Josh Jock. Row number 3, 60 Taylor Doxtater, 92 Frank Sibley. Row number 4, Zach Buff in the 01 alongside of Dylan Madsen in car number 89, and rounding it out in car number 10. This is Trevor Houghton.
That's all locals.
Top 5 will go to the big show. So again, top 5 will go to the big show. Top 2 will go to tonight's redraw for the DIRTcar Sportsman Series. 8 laps is the scheduled distance here tonight at Can-Am as night number 1 of Showdown in September begins. Dave Farney looks the field over. All starts and restarts at the VP Racing Fuels, making PowerPoint off of turn number 3 and 4. Green lights are on and we're underway. Quickly down into turn number 1 and 2. Logan Brown, Gavin Eisele, they're the best of friends off the racetrack. Right now they're fierce competitors and they lead the way down the back straightaway. Eisele to the high side of the racetrack. The 2025 track champion makes his way into turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line. First lap, Gavin Eisele will lead the way. Logan Brown to second. Jessica Power making her way down in that inside lane, looking for running room around Logan Brown as they hit the back straightaway off of turn number 2. Power back there in third. Josh Jock and Frank Sibley into the final transfer position. Taylor Doxtater, Dylan Madsen, Zach Buff, and Trevor Houghton completing your field. Down to the line, battle for the lead. Logan Brown looking to that inside lane, trying to get by Eisele as they go to turn number 1 and 2. Man out of Lafargeville, New York, leads the way down the back straightaway. Eisele in control. Logan Brown still searching for his first career Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman win here at Can-Am. 7 limited Sportsman wins, holding on to second. Jessica Power, talked about her earlier in the program. She ended a 6-year winless drought here at Can-Am back in August, holding on to second, or third rather. Josh Jock in the 03 sits fourth. Frank Sibley in the 92 has the 5th and final transfer spot at the moment, with Taylor Doxtater right there trailing in spot number 6 as they cross the line this time by. No change at the front. Top 3 remain the same as Josh Jock still fourth. Battle is on for 5th as we watch it on the Dirt Vision screen. Frank Sibley has it. Taylor Doxtater right there nipping at his heels, but Sibley's got a really good race car. Rolls by Doxtater. Now he's looking to the outside lane around the 03 of Jock as they go to turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line. 5 down, 3 to go for Eisele. He is well in command of this field right now, and he has been since the drop of the green flag. As they roll it down into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway one more time, Gavin Eisele. 3 heat wins in DIRTcar Sportsman Series competition this year. 1 at Wheat Sport, 1 here at Can-Am, and another at the Brewerton Speedway. 2 to go for Gavin Eisele. He'll set it up into turn number 1 and 2, running about the mid to low portion of the racetrack. Logan Brown running about the same line. Jessica Power glued to the inside portion of the speedway. No change amongst the top 5. Sibley still trying to go after Josh Jock for the number 4 position, as Taylor Doxtater right there in position number 6, just 3 car lengths back, looking to make some spots up here as we cross the line. White flag in the air. Gavin Eisele, Farmsville, New York, trying to get another heat win here at Can-Am. The 2025 track champion and current DIRTcar Sportsman Series point leader sets it up into turn number 3 and 4, checkered in the air, and heat race number 1 will go to Gavin Eisele. He is in the redraw. Second will be Logan Brown. He'll go to the draw as well. Jessica Power comes home third, Joshua Jock in fourth, and Frank Sibley makes the show. He'll come home in position number 5. Taylor Doxtater, Zach Buff, Dylan Madsen, and Trevor Houghton complete the rest of your field. And everybody from Taylor Doxtater on back to Trevor Houghton will have to go to one of the 2 last chance showdowns a little late to roll track side. Gavin Eisele picking up his 4th heat win of the season in DIRTcar Sportsman Series competition. That ties him with Shane Pecore and Tyler Corcoran on the list this year. Between all the regional racing action we've had in the 2 championship series races. And Shane Pecore leads the way out, former DIRTcar Sportsman Series champion in 2016, leads the way in the 0, Mohawk International Raceway track champion. Alongside of him in car number 4, it's Emmett Waldron. Row number 2, it is 17 of Owen Nier, alongside of Ryan Barrett in the 44. Row 3, Tavien Blowers in the 43 with a 12 of Owen Bird. Row number 4, Tim Halsey, a former regular with a limited sportsman here, making the jump tonight. He's inside row 4, along with Brian Harber in car number 18H, and completing it in the car that won here last year with Keegan Nier aboard this year in the 34. Again, 8 laps the distance, 5 to the show, 2 to the draw. Pecore and Waldron ready to go green off of turn number 4. The VP Racing Fuels making PowerPoint. We're underway. The Mad Dash is on into turn number 1 and 2 once again. Pecore to that outside lane, grabs the lead down the back straightaway. Emmett Waldron still there for second. Again, top 2 go to the redraw, and Owen Nier knows that. He tries to get around Ryan Barrett for position number 3. Behind them, a battle is on for the number 5 position. Tavien Blowers had it for a moment, so did Owen Bird. Now Keegan Nier, he started back in position number 9, and he's already rolled his way to a top 5 spot. Keegan Nier on the charge as they head up off of corner number 2 and down the backstretch. In the meantime, Pecore enjoying a great season. Picked up the track championship in the Mohawk International Raceway this year. Also, just this past weekend, grabbed the Lamoureux Pumping Sportsman Series at Cornwall for a 5th championship in that 3-race series. So he's had a really, really good year aboard that number 0 ride. 13 wins overall between 4 racetracks on the DIRTcar circuit. Pecore leads the way up off of turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line. 3 laps are complete in this 8-lap contest. The battle is on for the final transfer spot to the redraw. Owen Nier trying to take it away from Emmett Waldron as they go to turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Emmett Waldron had a really good season as well this year. Fulton Speedway track champion holding on to the 2 spot. Nier is 3rd, Owen that is. Ryan Barrett to 4th. Keegan Nier completes the top 5. Again, Keegan started back in spot number 9 and has made his way to a transfer spot at the halfway point. 4 down, 4 to go, no change at the front of the field. Pecore leads the way by a healthy margin. It's about a half a straightaway back to Emmett Waldron in 2nd. Owen Nier, Ryan Barrett back there in the top 4 spots with Keegan Nier still 5th. But Pecore leads the way down across the line this time by lap number 5. Goes up on the leaderboard. 96 career wins in DIRTcar sanctioned sportsman feature action for Shane Pecore, 3rd on that all-time list behind Cody McPherson and Brad Rouse, 2 of the best in the division for sure. But right now Pecore making a name for himself as well as he brings it across the line one more time. 2 to go and a healthy advantage, says Dave Farney. Battle is on for position number 4. Ryan Barrett has, as we watch on the Dirt Vision screen, Keegan Nier trying to take it away from him down into corner number 1 and 2. Nier can't quite get to the back bumper as Barrett pulls away off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. The white flag is in the air. Final trip around the Can-Am Speedway for Shane Pecore. He'll bring it into turn number 1 and 2. Has not won a feature here since the 2018 season, and he'd like to change that here tonight as he makes his way down the back straightaway. Checkered flag is out, checkered flag waving, and the heat win, his 4th of the season, will go to Shane Pecore. It gets the victory. 2nd spot will go to Emmett Waldron. He's in the draw. Owen Nier crosses in 3rd. He's in the show along with Ryan Barrett and Keegan Nier. Owen Bird, Tavien Blowers, Tim Halsey, and completing it in the number 28. So that will do it. Heat race number 2 of 4 is now complete for the DIRTcar Sportsman Series. Heat race number 3 set to roll trackside in just a few moments. And I stand corrected on the heat win for Pecore. It's his 5th heat win on the year. With the DIRTcar Sportsman Series, as heat race number 3 rolls to the Speedway, going to be led by Richard Murtaugh, 3-time winner here this season at Can-Am in the 33. Outside will be Cornwall Speedway track champion, the 92 of Tristan Ladouceur. Row number 2, Jack Meeks, 2nd most wins here in the DIRTcar Sportsman division all time. 34 to be exact, and the number 1 out of Evans Mills right beside him. Feature winner this year for the very first time, the 621, that's Trevor Gibbons. Row number 3, Marc-Olivier McCarthy aboard car number 37 alongside of Nigel Pendykoski in the number 78. Row number 4, the winningest driver in limited sportsman action here, that's Paul DeRuyter in the 1D. Alongside of him, we are going to find in car number 16, that's Savannah Laflair. Greg Henry in the number 2 out of Clayton completes the field. 5 to the show, 2 to the draw, 8 laps the distance. Green is out and we're underway. Charging down into turn number 1 and 2, it is Richard Murtaugh jumping out into the race lead as they hit the back straightaway. Murtaugh in control. Tristan Ladouceur sneaks by Trevor Gibbons. He'll go to position number 2. Gibbons back to 3rd. Nigel Pendykoski on the charge too. Moves it up into spot number 4. Then everybody after Jack Meeks for the number 5 position as they bring it down across the line for lap number 1. 3 wide, nearly towards the back portion of the top of the back portion of the field rather. Marc-Olivier McCarthy, Savannah Laflair, and Paul DeRuyter were going at it for that position as they hit the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Top 5 pretty much single file around Can-Am as they hustle down in front. Richard Murtaugh well in control, brings it down into turn number 1 and 2. Richard Murtaugh enjoyed a great season this year in DIRTcar Sportsman competition. 8 wins all total this year, 3 of those coming here at Can-Am, 3 also at the Land of Legends Raceway as he makes it into turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line one more time. Tristan Ladouceur giving chase from position number 2. And we got Savannah Laflair twisted around the wrong way and into the wall in between turns 3 and 4. Yellow lights will be displayed with 3 laps complete. So first caution flag of these qualifying heat races for the DIRTcar Sportsman Series. Jordan, New York, Savannah Laflair twisted around the wrong way, and she did get into the wall a little bit, but I don't think it caused too much damage. She's able to turn that car back around and get it refired and get going once again. So Tristan Ladouceur will join Richard Murtaugh on the outside of row number 1. Talked about Tristan Ladouceur's family, the Ladouceur family, young son of Joey Ladouceur, who has a pro stock win here at Can-Am. His grandfather, Laurent Ladouceur, in 1990, DIRTcar 358 modified track champion. Also, former DIRTcar Sports or DIRTcar 358 series champion. At the VP Racing Fuels making PowerPoint, we're back to green. They charge into turn number 1 and 2. Nigel Pendykoski throws his name into the mix here as he jumps up into 3rd, got around Trevor Gibbons. Look at Marc-Olivier McCarthy going down to the inside lane. McCarthy trying to take the final transfer spot away from Jack Meeks, and he does just that. Greg Henry also trying to move from the tail of the field. Lap number 4 goes up on the leaderboard. We're halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. And I'll tell you what, from 5th on back, they are slicing and dicing through this field. Jack Meeks, Greg Henry, Marc-Olivier McCarthy, they're all after one another down the back straightaway as they head up into turn number 3 and 4, but no change amongst the top 3 right now. It is still Murtaugh, Ladouceur, and Nigel Pendykoski, your top 3 as they bring it down to the line with 3 to go. Battle is on for 4th. Trevor Gibbons has it. Jack Meeks trying to take it away from him. Meeks is going to step it up to the outside lane, trying to find the way by, and will do so down the back straightaway. A power move there by Jack Meeks. He'll pick up the 4th spot. Gibbons now in the 5th and final transfer position. Marc-Olivier McCarthy 1 spot out of the money. 2 to go this time by Murtaugh, starting to stretch that lead out over Tristan Ladouceur. Battle is back on again for the number 4 spot. Gibbons is tired of running in the 5 position. He wants to get back up there to 4th, at least to have some cushion for that final transfer position. Won't get it done though. Meeks is able to get it back down the back straightaway. We'll keep an eye on that battle. Again, the top 3, no change there. The white flag is in the air. Final trip around the Can-Am Speedway for Richard Murtaugh. So you'll set it up into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Murtaugh, 3-time feature winner here at Can-Am in 2025. Looking to add to his heat total on the DIRTcar Sportsman Series, which sits at 2. He's going to get heat win number 3 of 2025 in the DIRTcar Sportsman Series, second at Can-Am. Murtaugh gets the victory. Tristan Ladouceur is second. He'll go to the draw. Nigel Pendykoski, Jack Meeks, Trevor Gibbons, they're all in the show. Marc-Olivier McCarthy, Greg Henry, Paul DeRuyter, and Savannah Laflair will have to go to one of the last chance showdowns later on tonight. 3 heat races just like that for the DIRTcar Sportsman Series are now complete. Heat race number 4 set to roll trackside. We'll give you the starting lineup in just a few moments here as we are just about set to roll them trackside. 4th and final heat race for the DIRTcar Sportsman Series. Super DIRTcar Series heat races will be coming up after that, and then we'll go into the Great Sprint Car heat events afterwards. It'll be Tyler Stevenson from the pole in the 28, alongside a 4-time track champion Tyler Corcoran in the 64. Row 2, the 54, Brady Howard, alongside of Riley Regala in car number 1, a feature winner at the Brewerton Speedway this year. Row number 3, it's Camden Cook in the 14 out of Evans Mills, alongside of the 11 out of Watertown, that's Genevieve Bartlett. Final row, Joe Tricolo in car number 32 out of North Syracuse, and alongside in car number 6, that is Cody Manita out of Cato, New York. Set to go. 4th and final heat for the DIRTcar Sportsman Series. Looking to take 2 more to the redraw here tonight. Gavin Eisele, Shane Pecore, Richard Murtaugh, Logan Brown, Emmett Waldron, and Tristan Ladouceur in the draw so far. 2 more spots available at the VP Racing Fuels making PowerPoint. We're green. Down into turn number 1 and 2 goes the field. It's Stevenson on the bottom. Tyler Corcoran has not missed a step here at Can-Am. He's made 2 starts here at the Speedway in 2025, and both of those starts have resulted in feature wins. Looking to keep that perfect record going as he comes back down to the line. Lap number 1 goes up on the leaderboard, and it is Tyler Corcoran in command as Tyler Stevenson rolling the bottom side of the racetrack, holding on to second, battle on for third. Riley Regala gets around Camden Cook. Brady Howard moves around Cody Manita to pick up position number 5. That's the final transfer position. We'll keep our eye on that battle as Howard a little bit loose into turn number 3 and 4. Manita right there. Not much he could have done about that one. Trying to avoid running into the back of the 54 of Howard down in front. In the meantime, in front of them, good battle there for the number 3 spot between Riley Regala and the 14 of Camden Cook as they hit the back straightaway. Everybody's single file now down into turn number 3 and 4 as you watch him on the Dirt Vision screen head into turn number 3. Cody Manita, a big move there to try to take the 5 spot away from Brady Howard, and he will do so down the front straightaway. So Manita on the charge here, trying to get into the transfer spot. 3 down, 5 more to go. Tyler Corcoran well in command of the field as we watch the battle for the final transfer spot between Cody Manita and the 54 of Howard. Manita using that bottom side of the speedway while Howard keeping a wound up on the top side as he brings it into turn number 3 and 4. And Howard adjusted his line there, kind of dimed in the corner a little bit as he worked the halfway point. 4 down, 4 to go. This is about the best battle on the racetrack right now for that 5th and final transfer spot. We talked to Brady Howard earlier tonight. He was proud of how he had qualified for every DIRTcar Sportsman Series race coming into tonight's program. He wants to keep that string going, but he's got to get around Cody Manita to do it, and he is trying. He's driving the wheels off and trying to get to the back bumper with 3 laps left to go. It's still Tyler Corcoran, Tyler Stevenson 1 and 2. Riley Regala still there for 3rd. Camden Cook holding on to 4th. Then the battle for 5th between Manita and Brady Howard goes on. 2 to go. Tyler Corcoran brings it down across the line with a healthy advantage over the rest of the field right now as they go to turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Tyler Corcoran, 18 career DIRTcar Sportsman feature wins here at the Can-Am Speedway in his great career, puts him 6th on the all-time win list. I'd like to add to that. Right now is trying to add another heat win as the white flag is in the air. Final trip around the Can-Am Speedway for Tyler Corcoran. Central Square New York native will bring it down the back straightaway off of turn number 2. And Corcoran bringing it into turn number 3 and 4, looking for his 5th heat win on the series. Got 1 at Wheatsport, 1 here at Can-Am, 1 at Fulton, at Ransomville, adds a 2nd here at Can-Am. Corcoran gets the victory. Tyler Stevenson will join him in the redraw. Riley Regala 3rd, Camden Cook makes the show in 4th, and Cody Manita gets the final transfer spot. He comes home 5th. Brady Howard, Joe Tricolo, and Genevieve Bartlett will complete the rest of your field. And ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the DIRTcar Sportsman side of the program as far as their qualifying heats are concerned. They'll come back with a couple of last chance showdowns. It's Super DIRTcar Series time. Mike Warning, I'll let you have the floor here.
Well, thank you, Tim Baltz, as we get ready to roll first of 4 Super DIRTcar Series Big Block Modified Heat Race is going to roll its way out in the Speedway. Each of them will be 8 laps the distance. The top 5 will transfer into tonight's 67-lap feature event, and the top 2 will go to the redraw. Here's how the starting grid will go. Up on the inside of the front row, currently second in series points. Out of Covington Township, Pennsylvania, the Ferris Commercial Motors, car number 84Y, it's Kid Rocket, Alex Jankowski. To his outside, in the 35 machine at Elizabethtown, New York on the Hutting Nissan. Car number 35 car, that's going to be Mike Mahaney. Smooth Shoal starting spot number 2. Starting third in the Proctor Enterprises 7Z MP delivery entry, that is going to be Zach Payne in the Stanley, New York. Then it's the 21A of the Batman, Peter Britton. He'll start in spot number 4. Matt Caprera in the 11 will start 5th. Then it'll be Matt Cole Stengel out of Neshannock Station, New Jersey. He'll start 6th. Cedric Govro and Sean Beardsley make up row number 4, and Marcus Dinkins in the 63 will round out the field as they'll roll down through turn number 3 and 4 to the VP. Making power point. Green flag is out on the Speedway. 8 laps the distance. We're underway here in heat race number 1.
And the mad dash is on into turn number 1 and 2. Alex Jankowski, Mike Mahaney. They've seen a lot of one another this season in the Super DIRTcar Series. Mahaney powers away down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and 4. Jankowski back to second. Watch Batman on the top side. He rolls around Zach Payne to take over third as we complete lap number 1.
Great side-by-side battle as you see Batman, one of the brackets on the top of the car, the one that connects the door to the roof, is off on the left side of the 21A machine, and Zach Payne may be taking advantage of that as he'll roll by him down the backstretch and into turn number 3 and 4. Britton up on the top side, trying to come back and keep his momentum rolling. He'll drive it right through the middle of the racetrack as they dive off turn number 4. A quick off lap number 2. It's still going to be Payne by a narrow margin up through the corner.
And that piece flapping in the breeze hasn't seemed to slow down Batman one bit as they hit the back straightaway. Zach Payne still able to hold on to spot number 3. Behind them as they go to turn number 3 and 4, Cole Stengel trying to hold on to a spot ahead of Matt Caprera, but Mike Mahaney well in command of this field right now on a 7-car length lead.
Smooth Shoe holding the advantage through turn number 1 and 2, and you got a 3-car panel for the number 2 spot. Jankowski has that final redraw position, but Payne hasn't really been able to, he's cleared the 21A, but hasn't been able to get any separation from him as Batman continues to roll the outside of the racetrack as they bring him off at turn number 4. We'll see what Britton has for him as they come down the front stretch at the line. Still going to be Zach Payne here as we're halfway through this heat race.
Just by mere inches, Zach Payne doing a heck of a job of driving, trying to fend off Batman as they head down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Batman once again to that outside lane, but that inside lane here at Can-Am, Mike, it's so good coming off the turn, and Zach Payne shows it right there.
That was the exact same line we saw earlier this year that won the DIRTcar 358 Modified Series feature for Mike Mahaney, and Zach Payne's been able to keep it going. That time, though, Britton got a great run off turn number 2. He'll nose out ahead as they work side by side into turn number 3 and 4. They'll come to the flag stand this time. It's still all Mahaney out front with 2 to go. Does Britton have the advantage off the corner? They'll dive down the front stretch. He does. Peter Britton up to the number 3 spot.
And you really have to work to get through turn number 3 and 4 on the top side of the Speedway, and Peter Britton earned that number 3 spot. And again, there's something out there on that outside lane in turn number 2, and Peter caught that, and my goodness, did he ever get a whale of a run down the back straightaway. But Smooth Shoe, white flag in the air.
Barrett's 1 lap to go, rolling in front as they make their way down into turn number 1 and 2. It's all Mike Mahaney as they'll make his way down through the corner. They'll head down the back straightaway, almost a full straightaway lead as they roll them into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is going to be out. Mike Mahaney going to pick up the win in heat race number 1 with his 8th heat race win of 2025. Coming in second will be Jankowski. They'll go to the redraw. Third will be Britton. 4th, the 7Z of Payne, and rounding out the top 5 will be the 11 of Matt Caprera. So heat race number 1 in the books, a dominating one by the 35 of Mike Mahaney. As we'll have our trackside interview as is cut onto the Speedway, and well, Timmy, you can see it on the big screen right now. There is a certain white orb in turn number 2.
Yes, I am seeing that myself. I see it on the screen. I see it in the sky. I hope it plays nice tonight.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
I really agree with that.
But the call has gone down. Heat race number 2 going to roll its way out onto the speedway up on the inside of the front row. The 10-time series champion out of Waterloo, New York, in the Hurlock Auto and Speed Supply. Gibbons Produce, Killhouse Family, car number 9S. It's Super Matt Shepard into his outside. Actually, it's going to be the inside, as Shepard's going to choose the outside lane. It'll be the Benson's Pet Center, car number 2 out of Saratoga Springs. It's Jack Langer. He'll start second. Starting in third, your winner 1 week ago in the number 7S machine out of Philadelphia. That is going to be, it's Philadelphia, New York. It's Sean Shaw into his outside, your track champion here in 2025 in the 358 Modifieds. That's Billy Dunn out of Watertown in the 49. He'll start fourth. Starting in fifth will be the Twin Leaf 66X of Kerry Terrance. He'll start fifth. Then it'll be the Kaiser Aluminum Wheels 4-star car. Now out of Montgomery, New York, it's Anthony Parrego. He'll start in spot number 6. Starting 7th out of Theresa, New York, in the 31, it's Lance Willix and Corbin Miller in the 66M. We'll round out the field out of Perth, Ontario as we get ready to go. 5 will transfer, top 2 will go to the redraw. Shepard choosing the outside lane as he rolls them down into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out as we are underway with heat race number 2. A little bit of bump and daisy through the field as they head up into turn number 1 and 2 as Shaw backslid a little bit, but they're 3 wide for second going through the corner.
And they're bouncing off of one another from 5th on back. Sean Shaw with a problem in turn number 2, moving very slowly over there. And we just talked about picked up his second win of the season last week, but right now still green, and we got a battle for the 2 spot shaping up.
They'll work their way down the front straightaway as Shaw looks like he's going to come to a stop on the backstretch. He'll click off lap number 1, and yellow will be out onto the speedway. So Matt Shepard going to be your leader, Jack Laner second, Billy Dunn third. It'll be the 4 of Parrego 4th and the 66X of Terrance rounding out the top 5. Something to miss on the 7S machine. And the field's going to be told to double up in front.
And Sean Shaw, 3 career wins, 2 of them coming here. Actually ended a near 3-year winless drought at the Speedway with his 2 wins this year. But tough break to start tonight. But him and the SMS contracting crew, they'll get it right and they'll get it back for the last chance showdown.
White flag already being displayed to the field. 1 lap complete, 7 remain. As we get ready to roll here momentarily with our continuing with our second heat race.
What number is done?
Clutch green flag in the hand of Dave Farney.
49?
Matt Shepard on the outside lane, going to roll down to the inside at turn number 3 and 4. He's got Jack Langer to his inside, Dunn and Parrego behind him as they bring him through turn number 3 and 4. Green flag back out on the speedway. We'll see if Langer can stay with them as they go into turn number 1 and 2. They'll power it into the corner. Shepard looking for the lead. Here's Laner on the bottom, but Shepard going to take that outside lane and use it to his advantage. He'll catapult down the back straightaway, getting out to a wide margin. Meanwhile, battle for the number 2 spot. Just as I say that, Laner gets a good run, and Dunn trying to work his way to the inside of Parrego off of turn number 4. They'll click off lap number 1. Shepard, your leader, and Parrego still staying in 4th after almost running into the number 2 spot.
Yeah, Anthony Parrego backsliding through the back portion of the field here as Kerry Terrance makes a big move between him and Lance Willix. Lance Willix in the 358 trying to battle with the big blocks to try to get into the show, but Kerry Terrance has picked up a couple of spots here. He's working on Billy Dunn for the 4th spot right now.
The driver out of Hogansburg, New York, working the top of the racing surface as Parrego holds on to that final transfer position as they go up through turn number 1 and 2. Billy Dunn trying to work the bottom, as we've seen him do many times here at Can-Am, to try to catch the 2 at Jack Laner for the final redraw spot. Meanwhile, Willix trying to go by the 4-star of Parrego for the final transfer spot as they come to the halfway sign. 4 and 4 remain, and at the line, Willix is right there, but Parrego just a little bit better for right now.
Big block power versus small block power right there, and Parrego showed how fast a big block can be, but look at Willix go back on the inside lane, gets a good run off the bottom. Parrego will clear him though down into turn number 3 and 4 once again as Shepard continues to run away.
5 and 3 remain for the driver of the 9S of Super Matt Shepard as he continues to lead this one up through turn number 1 and 2. He's gone out to the front of this one, but as they roll to the bottom, here's Lance Willix with another good look to the inside on the 4-star car as they work down the back straightaway. But Parrego, just as they enter the corner, has just a little bit more, and that's enough to keep the 31 behind him as Willix still pedals on the bottom here with 2 to go.
And they're still side by side for that position as they head up into turn number 1 and 2. Shepard is gone. He's in the next county right now. That's how big of a lead he has at the white flag lap. Top 4 pretty much nose to tail, but the battle for 5th still rages on here.
Barrett's 1 lap to go, kicks off with Matt Shepard as he makes his way down into turn number 1 and 2. Laner still firmly in second, Dunn third, Terrance fourth. Battle for fifth is there, and that time Borrego got us all a little bit of separation coming out of turn number 4. But up at the front, Matt Shepard going to bring him through turn number 3 and 4 for the final time as he'll get his 13th heat race win of the 2025 season by picking up the win in heat race number 2. Laner will come across the line in the number 2 spot and go to the redraw. Third will be Billy Dunn. Fourth, the 66X of Terrance. And running out the top 5 will be the 4 of Anthony Borrego. So Matt Shepard, 13th heat race win of the 2025.
Yes.
Terrance with 1 win in the 2025 season, coming in June 13th, the Mohawk International Raceway earlier this season.
81 career wins between his street stocks and 358 big block modified efforts.
Not bad.
Not a bad record at all.
Heat race number 3 going to make its way onto the speedway up on the inside of the front row, and as I say that, he switches to the outside. It'll be the Baldwinsville Bandit, Jimmy Phelps, and the J&B Installations 98H. To his inside, it'll be the driver out of Edwards, New York at the St. Lawrence Radiology 19. That's going to be Tim Fuller. Starting in third, it'll be the Bus Shoes Chevrolet. Barron's Performance Warehouse 88. Current points leader Matt Williamson. He'll start in spot number 3, and to his outside, Hollywood Felix Waugh, the Gamache Group 91 at Napierville, Quebec. He'll start in spot number 4. Starting in fifth, the 66W out of Brownville, New York. That's going to be Derek Webb, and to his outside, Tim Sears Jr. in the 83X, the EMB Energy. 83X car out of Hastings, New York. He'll start 6th. Eric Rudolph out of Ransomville, New York in the Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield 25 machine. He'll start in 7th. And rounding out your field in this one out of Mexico, New York, it's going to be Addison Bowman. That'll be your starting grid for heat race number 3 as they make their way down to the VP making power point. Phelps going to fire. Green flag is out on the speedway in heat race number 3.
As they work it into turn number 1 and 2, Phelps on the top side, Fuller down low. As they work it off the corner, Jimmy Phelps able to take the lead away. Fuller holding on to second. Felix Waugh and Matt Williamson, third and fourth right there. Tim Sears Jr. to the final transfer spot. Phelps holds the bottom with the lead off the corner.
Spot second, 2, 3, and 4, locking it down to the bottom through the corner. Now Williamson going to swing to the top side and block the momentum of the 83X of Tim Sears Jr., which in turn opens the door for Eric Rudolph on the bottom. But Williamson stays put as now he'll go to work on Waugh for the number 3 spot. Money Man up on the top side, the defending winner of the R.D. Hutchinson Memorial, entering tonight with a 90-point lead in Super DIRTcar Series standings. Looking for that number 3 spot right now, but Felix Waugh still has it.
Felix Waugh has that 3 spot. Williamson, 27 wins this season, most in the Northeast, trying to run down Felix Waugh, who has 10 wins this year, and a 358 track championship at Albany, Saratoga. Zane battle once again for the 3 spot. Williamson, another good run off the bottom.
Williamson trying to use that inside lane to his advantage. Tim Fuller trying to keep pace with the 98H ahead of him as the top 5 roll through turn number 1 and 2 this time. Halfway sign is out on the speedway. Now we will see cross flags from Dave Farney this time as Jimmy Phelps brings them off turn number 3 and 4. Phelps keeping it wound up on the outside lane. Puts 4 in the books. 4 remain for the Baldwinsville Bandit.
Baldwinsville Bandit running strong here as they work it into turn number 1 and 2. Tim Fuller right there within about 4 car lengths. Still is just not enough to get to the back bumper of Phelps as they go to 1 and 2. Behind them, behind the top 5, Eric Rudolph fighting with Derek Webb. He wants to get to Tim Sears Jr., but Webb giving him all sorts of fits right now.
Rudolph trying to work his way down on the inside of the racetrack as Jimmy Phelps continues to lead this one out front. Last time by Phelps with a 1.1 second lead as he works down the back straightaway and into turn number 3 and 4. The Beeville Bandit turns the wick up once again. 2 to go sign out on the speedway. All Jimmy Phelps out in front.
Yeah, Jimmy's got a really good race car behind him. Tim Fuller, again, searching for career win number 50 here at Can-Am. Fuller's first ever Super DIRTcar Series start came right here at Can-Am in 1993. He had a top 3 finish that day as well as the white flag in the air for Jimmy Phelps.
Barrett's 1 lap to go on the speedway now as the 98H rolls him into turn number 1 and 2. Fuller trying to keep pace, but Jimmy Phelps has just been too strong from the beginning of this one as they work their way down the back straightaway. They work down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Jimmy Phelps going to have the advantage. Meanwhile, we got a 3-car battle for the 5th and final transfer spot as Phelps goes on to win heat race number 3. Coming across the line second, it's going to be Fuller. Third will be Waugh. Fourth is Williamson. 3-car battle for 5th off the corner. Eric Rudolph going to slide by and get Tim Sears Jr. on the final lap. So Eric Rudolph sneaks his way into the show this evening in the 25 car and made his life get into the show by virtue of that 3rd place finish as Jimmy Phelps and Tim Fuller going to the redraw out of heat race number 3. 4th and final Super DIRTcar Series heat race going to roll its way onto the Speedway next. Here's how the starting lineup will go on the front row. First up in the Dapper Dog Grooming, number 60 out of Plessis, New York, it's Jackson Gill. And to his outside at Hopewell, New York, in the Honeywell Auto Parts, Big Creek Concrete, Genic Enterprises, number 70A. That's going to be Alex Payne. He'll start in spot number 2. Starting in third out of Watertown, New York. In the Flax, high-res concrete restoration, number 28 machine, it's Jordan McCready. And to his outside out of Phoenix, New York, in the FX Capura Honda, Tracy Road Equipment, car number 99L, it's Lightning Larry White. He'll start fourth. Starting in fifth out of Binghamton, New York, in the FX Capura Harley Davidson, car number 12, that's Darren Smith. And to his outside at Neshannock Station, New Jersey, in the Active Disposal, Ace Materials, car number 6, it's Matt Stengel. He'll start in spot number 6. Mike Troutchell in the Quality Forestry Management, car number 28 machine in Roscoe, New York, and a fire from spot number 7. And rounding out your field in this fourth and final heat race out of Watertown, New York, at the Can-Am Speedway, car number 39. That's going to be Ryan Bartlett. There you have it, your starting grid heat race number 4 on the Speedway now, the fourth and final heat race. Top 5 will transfer, top 2 will go to the redraws. The Toyota Tundra TRD Pro Pace Truck makes its way into the infield. Jackson Gill doing exactly what Jimmy Phelps and Matt Shepard did before him and choosing the outside lane. He gets to the VP making power point. Green flag is out. Larry going to swing wide as we go up into turn number 1 and 2.
Down in 1 and 2. Jackson Gill on the bottom. Lightning Larry doing Lightning Larry things. Rolling the top side. He goes from 4th to 2nd. Jordan McCready pulls even turns with Alex Payne. He's looking to go to the 3 spot as they exit turn number 4. Jackson Gill picking up where he left off here on opening day, leading the way.
Side-by-side battle for the number 3 spot as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. Jay back on the bottom looking to find his way past the Slide Job Express as they roll him through the corner. Off turn number 2 they go, still side-by-side. McCready knows that ahead on exit to the corner, but Payne had a better run going into turn number 3 and 4. Payne will retake that number 3 spot away and shut the door on McCready as they make their way down off turn number 4. It'll be Payne up to the 3 spot. Now McCready's got company coming as here's Darren Smith.
Darren Smith looking at an inside lane. The track champion at the Thunder Mountain Speedway in both divisions this year. Holds on to the 5 spot. Can't quite get to McCready that time as they roll it down into turn number 3 and 4. Everybody pretty much single file now as the top 5 nose to tail coming down across the line.
They'll work their way down. 3 and 5 remain all. Jackson Gill at the front. Larry White trying to catch him. He got a great run through turn number 1 and 2 that time. Larry's about as high as you can go entering turn number 1 and as high as I've seen any other driver enter the corner. And this is really where he makes up his time. But Jackson Gill might be a little bit better in his track experience shows here in turn number 3 and 4. So work the inside lane of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Darren Smith still all over McCready as we come to the halfway sign. So he took a look to the outside of the 28, but nothing doing that time.
Not that time as McCready still holds forth. As we watch Larry White on the Dirt Vision screen here, he is way out there as they head up into turn number 3 and 4. And then he brings it right back down to the bottom into turn number 3 and 4. He knows where the best line is around this racetrack, at least for now. But Jackson Gill has the fast way around.
6 and 2 remain, or rather 5 and 3 remain for the 60 of Jackson Gill, who's pulled out ahead to about a half a straightaway advantage over the 99L, so much to a point where Alex Payne is actually starting to catch the 99L car as they roll down into turn number 3 and 4. He's got it to about 3 car lengths as they come down to the 2 to go sign this time by. Keep an eye on the battle for that final redraw spot as it's starting to shape up through 1 and 2.
Yeah, the redraw spot looking a little better here for Alex Payne as he tries to reel in Larry White. Whatever's left on that outside lane, they're using it up right now as Alex Payne rolling onto the back bumper of the 99 of Larry White. Down to the line, Jackson Gill with the white flag.
Barrett's 1 lap to go coming your way here in heat race number 4. All Jackson Gill out in front, but the chase is on for the final redraw spot. Larry up on the top side, Alex Payne driving it right through the middle, trying to work his way by as they head down the back straightaway. Working down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. Give the win in heat race number 4 to the 60 car of Jackson Gill. Coming across the line, second and going to the redraws, Larry White. Third going to be Alex Payne. Fourth at the line going to be Darren Smith. And Jordan McCready holds on for the final transfer position. As that'll wrap things up for Super DIRTcar Series
Sprint Car Division here tonight. Again, those of you watching on Dirt Vision, we welcome you to the Can-Am Speedway here in beautiful Lafargeville, New York, the town of Orleans. Great night for racing, as we had talked about earlier. A little windy out there today, but it's made for some really good track conditions. And again, here tonight in our VIP pavilion down in turn number 1 and 2, wanted to welcome the good folks at OD Green Lumber and Hardware. They're locally owned and operated since 1904. They can help you with all of your building and project needs. There's no project too big or too small. Eau de Green will be hosting their homemade pie contest for charity. You can see the store's Facebook page for more information, and all proceeds will go to our local Children's Miracle Network. So that's just some of the good things that Eau de Green is doing here with us. Some celebrity race car drivers on hand. Dylan Kirkland is on hand tonight with us. Brockville Speedway regular, Ogilvy Series champion for 2025. Glad to see Dylan and his better half with him tonight, Sam. As the crate sprints roll trackside, and we'll give you the starting lineup for them as they roll out onto the speedway again. Never seen the crate sprints before. Much like the 360 sprint cars or the 410s, they all have to get push started to get going. Of course, this season at Can-Am with the Panther Frameworks crate sprint car class. Again, Josh Verne Jr. is the one standing atop the leaderboard with the championship trophy for a 4th consecutive year. No other driver has won the track championship here at Can-Am in this class other than Josh. And he is slated to go away from the pole in heat race number 1 of the 1V out of 3, so alongside of Liam Ladouceur in the 77. Row 2, it's going to be Tucker Donath in the Z28, along with the 51 of Lee Ladouceur. Row number 3, Nick Webb, the 27W, and the 30 of Ken Klinkowski. Row 4, it's Andrew Hennessy in the 87, the 557 of Patrick Nolan, and James Kaya in car number 08 will round out the starting order for heat race number 1. 6 laps will be the distance tonight. As the field will get lined up and ready to go, there's Josh Verne Jr. making his way down in front. 12 wins on the season for Josh between here at Can-Am and, of course, at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway, where he won 8 times en route to his first track championship over there. Set for green. Once again, all starts and restarts will be at the VP Racing Fuels making PowerPoint. The white flag will be flying this time by. White flag. One more trip around and we'll go green. In this season at Can-Am, Bruno Richard, Andrew Hennessy, and Josh Verne Jr. all won 3 times this year. George Sanford, he picked up 2 feature wins on the year. Tiger Chapman and Nick Webb, as a rookie this year, picked up a feature win. 13 events this year for the crate sprint cars at Can-Am. As Josh Verne Jr., winningest driver in this class in the Northeast, will lead him to green. Liam Ladouceur got started in this class about halfway through last year, ran a full season at Brockville. Ready to go green. Up off of turn number 3 and 4, it's Josh Verne Jr. and Liam Ladouceur. Bringing it through turn number 3 and 4. Green lights are on and we're underway. Verne down on the inside lane. He'll drive off with the lead. Battle on for second. Liam Ladouceur has the spot. Tucker Donath tried to take it away as Ken Klinkowski moves up to the number 4 position. Nick Webb started at the back of the field. He's already alongside of Ken Klinkowski to move it up into spot number 4 as they click off lap number 1. One lap is complete. Josh Verne Jr. well in command by about a half a straightaway already. Battle on for second. Tucker Donath down to that inside lane. Liam Ladouceur trying to hold the spot, but it won't quite do it. Behind them, Nick Webb and Ken Klinkowski going at it for position number 4 and 5. Webb down low. He gets the spot. Now he's going after the 77 of Ladouceur, and Nick Webb is on the move. He started at the back of the field. He's already up to 3rd. Ken Klinkowski throws a slider at the 77 of Liam Ladouceur. He goes to the 4th spot. Ladouceur back to 5th. Liam, that is. 6th spot right now is the 51 of Lee Ladouceur as he brings it off the corner and down to the line. 3 down, 3 more to go as they work it up into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway, but it's all Josh Verne Jr., nearby 3 New York native. Brings it off the turn, down across the line this time by. We'll have 2 laps left to go. 2 remain for Josh Verne Jr. in pursuit of his 17th win on the season. As he works it down the back straightaway advantage over Tucker Donath and Nick Webb as they go to turn number 3 and 4. White flag will be displayed this time by. Final time around the speedway as Josh Verne Jr. sets it up on the outside portion of turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. His dad, Josh Bird Sr., a multi-time track champion here in street stocks and thunder cars, and Josh Bird Jr. is making a name of his own here at Can-Am in the sprint car. Ranks off of turn number 3 and 4. 17th win of the season for Josh Bird Jr. Second spot will be Tucker Donath. Nick Webb comes home third, followed by Ken Klinkowski into fourth. Andrew Hennessy will cross in fifth. Sixth spot will be Liam Ladouceur, James Kai in the 08, along with Lee Ladouceur and Patrick Nolan will complete the rest of your field. A great opening heat win there for Josh Byrne Jr. Continues his winning ways here in the Northeast with his 7th heat win of the season. We've got one more heat for the Panther Frameworks Crate Sprint Cars, as they will be rolling trackside here in just a moment. It'll be scheduled to go. This is how the lineup looks. Emma Donath in the 28 scheduled to go from the pole with Colton Donath the 07 alongside. Row 2, it will be Chad Kramer the 89N along with the 89X of Josh Van Brocklin. Row 3, Tiger Chapman the 271 with George Sanford the 25. On a row, Rachel Zacharias the 71R and the 74 of Will Fisher. That is your starting lineup for heat race number 2 in the Panther Frameworks Crate Sprint Cars. Again, big one tomorrow at the Weed Sports Speedway. Super Dirt Car Series, $17,600 going to the winner. Sportsman Classic, 75 laps for the Dirt Car Sportsman Series, and the CRSA 305 Sprint Cars will be on hand. Should be a great show there. We're going to have a great show here tomorrow night, too. John Burr Memorial for the Dirt Car Sportsman, Ron White Memorial for the Thunder Cars, and the Empire Super Sprints. 3 great races there. And Mike Warren, after tonight, we go our separate ways until Malta. Actually, no.
You have an event you need to attend next week, there, Mr. Baltz.
Yes, I do, and I will be there front and center.
You're on the guest list. You RSVP'd. If you don't there, my poor fiance will be very mad.
I know. Yes, she would beat me up. Beat me up, knock me out. That'll be it. So, looking forward to that day too. In 1 week's time, it's gonna happen, man. How you feeling?
I feel good.
You look good too. That's all that matters, right? So. Looking forward to that one, and we'll see some racing celebrities on hand for that one too. I believe Dan Martin will be. We should broadcast that.
We should. I'm putting the kibosh on that now. You have a heat race to announce right now. We're just listening. We're not even gonna. No, don't go there.
Oh, well, I've already got the Dirt Vision crew kind of hired for this job.
I
deeply apologize for my actions.
No.
Yeah, happy early present.
Thank you.
Surprise.
Thank you.
Well, I tried. Oh well. Gonna be a fun time, and gonna be a fun time here for heat race number 2. Now, Emma Donath has elected to drop to the tail of the field, so this is gonna shuffle the lineup around just a little bit here. Emma, of course, made her debut with us a week ago, so she's still kind of getting used to the whole sprint car deal out there. So we're going to shuffle the lineup and get you the starting lineup here as we get set to go green. So it'll be Chad Kramer, the 89N, going to the pole now. Colton Donath on the outside in the 07, 271. Tiger Chapman inside row number 2, the 89X of Josh Van Brocklin. Rachel Zacharias, the 71, 25, George Sanford, Will Fisher in the 74, and Emma Donath will tag on to the tail end of the field here as we get set to go under the green flag. 6 laps is the issue as they make their way up into turn number 3 and 4. Chad Kramer, Colton Donath on the front row. Green lights are on and we're underway. Down into corner number 1 and 2. Tiger Chapman pulls to the lead. Colton Donath not afraid to go around the top side. He grabs the lead back as they go to turn number 3 and 4. Tiger Chapman still there holding on to position number 2. Then it's a battle between Chad Kramer and the 89X of Josh Van Brocklin as they cross the line this time by for lap number 1. And the battle is on for the race lead. Tiger Chapman down to the inside lane. Colton Donath to his outside. Drag race to turn number 3 and 4. Tiger Chapman takes the lead back as they go to turn number 3 and 4. Tiger looking for his 3rd heat win of the season as Will Fisher off the pace in turn 3, but he's headed to pit road. We will stay green. In the meantime, Chapman with the advantage, about a car length over the 07 of Donath. Behind them, it is the 89X of Van Brocklin moving towards the front of the field. Closing in on the top two drivers here as they go to turn number 3 and 4. Back down to the line this time by halfway home. 3 down, 3 to go. 3 more remain, and Tiger Chapman in control. But right now, Josh Van Brocklin is on the move, and we got caution on the racetrack. Yellow lights are on. We got George Sanford around to the outside of turn number 3 and 4. So the caution light comes back on. Again, those of you here at Can-Am tonight, 50-50 tickets are rolling through the grandstands. Hopefully you got a chance to get some of those. They'll be selling them all night long. Again, the more the play, the bigger it pays. Only costs $1. Give the girls a holler, and they'll set you up with as many tickets as you can handle. Buy early and buy often, Michelle Bartlett. Man, I agree with Michelle Bartlett. We should keep this season going. It's going to be a long off season. It always is, but again, want to thank everybody for their support here at Can-Am in 2025, but definitely not done racing season. Mike mentioned we got a special event going on next weekend in his hometown, and then we're going to get back into the race car stuff at Malta Massive Weekend.
Going to be an exciting one, as we mentioned. All 4 main DIRTcar series will be in action. Super DIRTcar series and DIRTcar Pro Stocks on Saturday,
That's right.
September 20th, and on Friday, September 19th, it will be the DIRTcar Sportsman Championship Series and the DIRTcar 358 Modified Series in action.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to that. Mike Mahaney won the championship belt last year, and
hard to believe still that was his first career series win.
I couldn't believe it either when I looked at the statistics page, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Well, Mike didn't even believe it either. It made it extra special for him. He now holds, I believe him and Matt Williamson are the only 2 drivers to have championship belts in both modified divisions at the Massive Weekend.
I believe you are correct.
Yes. I believe so.
Yes, because yeah.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Because I don't believe Shepard and Drelos have competed on the Friday night portion that often for that to happen.
No, I don't believe Shepard has ever. Drelos maybe 1 or 2 starts, but yeah, pretty cool group to be with. It'll be interesting to see how that racetrack breaks down. I know last year in the 358 race, guys were saying that when they tried to run the top side of the racetrack, Matt Williamson even said it in his interview at trackside, he couldn't get the car to come up off the corner because of the horsepower difference. And the big block side of it, obviously you saw what he did there. He got the power to come off the top.
Yeah, he was okay.
Yeah, not bad.
That was an excellent feature event, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm always looking forward to heading back to Albany, Saratoga. I'd be lying if I wasn't.
Naturally, right? And they call it the Great Race Place for a reason.
That's right.
Absolutely. A lot of history there. Pretty cool when you go up in the announcer's booth and you see a picture of Richard Petty behind Dan Martin.
Indeed.
Yep.
Speaking of guys around Richard's age,
Yes.
Dave Farney's got the clenched green flag in hand. It looks like we're going to go back to green flag racing.
I believe so. 3 down, 3 to go, Mike. Here we
That's
go. Off the turn. We got a Tiger leading the way. Green lights are on and we're back underway. As Chapman pulls it back into the lead. Colton Donath there for second, but here comes Josh Van Brocklin, the 2-time DIRTcar Sportsman track champion here, working it into turn number 3 and 4, and he has got that car flying around the extreme outside lane. He's almost out to County Route 13 out on the outside portion of the racetrack. Now he's almost out to 411 as he goes down into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway though, Tiger Chapman still in control, and Van Brocklin takes over the 2 spot as they head up into turn number 3 and 4. White flag will be displayed this time by Tiger Chapman, Rochester, New York native. Earlier this season, he was helping out in the concession stands in the pit area. Then he went to Victory Lane about 2 or 3 weeks later in this very same car. Now he's trying to get his 3rd heat win of the season. Checkered flag in the air. Tiger Chapman will win this one going away, but Josh Van Brocklin's going to come home second in a valiant effort to get there. He crosses second ahead of Colton Donath. Rachel Zacharias to 4th. Chad Kramer comes home 5th, and Emma Donath